Yeah. So it happened back in mid 2018, May 2018 was when all this went down. I just remember seeing this video on my in my recommendations. It was how to make fire hands. It was an editing tutorial by this guy called Just Alex Halford,
Hmm.
and I watched it. I'm like, wow, this is absolute garbage. What other editing tutorials does this guy have? So I looked at his whole channel, and everywhere I looked, it was just utter garbage and trash and real just low tier editing tutorial, which is really really weird. You would expect if you're making editing tutorials that your editing would actually be good, but it's not. It's really not. Uh,
So what was
Possibly
wrong with his editing?
one of the worst. Well, I think everything he did, he kind of always made mistakes. He never really put the effort in where it was needed. Like in that tutorial how to make fire hands, for example, he didn't like track the fire perfectly to his hand, and there was like points where the fire was like falling off his hand, and it was just a mess. It was terrible. I literally you could do a better job in 5 minutes if you just spend 5 minutes to individually track the points. But no. Why would you do that? It takes too much time and effort.
Okay,
So
this guy
yeah,
sucks
he
at his
didn't.
job, basically. Yeah.
He's not very good. He's just not very good. And my argument for all of that is, well, if you're going to be teaching people how to edit, you need to be teaching them how to edit well, because you're literally making the next generation of YouTubers. And if you're going to teach them like bad editing practice, then well, you're going to have an issue, aren't you? You're going to have heaps of YouTubers that edit half-ass all the edits all the time. So that
Well,
that
then
was
you
my
should just
argument
be
when
the
I was
guy who's
criticizing
got,
him.
like, oh, I got the best editing. I just stomp all over you guys.
Yeah,
That's what
I mean,
you want more. What is this guy, Alex Halfords, in the world, so that everybody can be shit, and then you can be the guy. It's 3,000 IQ over here.
Yeah. But yeah, so I made a video about him. It was a 14-minute video back in 2018. Not my best work. When looking back at it now, obviously it's been a while, but it's all right. Has some valid criticisms, and he wasn't very happy with it.
Oh, really?
He's not very happy with it at all. No. I remember Aiden Projects actually shouted out on Twitter. That's where it got a lot of its initial traction, and it had 454 views, and then it got taken down with a copyright strike.
Ooh, oh boy.
From Alex, yeah. Now, obviously, back then, I knew quite a bit about fair use. I've been researching fair use for a while. I already knew that my video was fair. Obviously, my video was fair use. It was quintessential critique. So I knew it was fair use back then, even, and so I was a bit confused. Why would you put this copyright strike on my video if it was fair use, criticism and comment?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I could jump to was, well, he didn't like what I was saying, so he tried to silence me through the use of the copyright system, which you're not allowed to do. That's illegal. But what can you do? What can you do? I was a small channel. At that
How many
time,
subs do you have at the time? Yeah.
1,300.
Okay, so you were like a big threat. So something I noticed is when I looked up his channel, at least nowadays, it's a dead channel.
It's so dead.
Like, I get better views on my videos than this guy, and that's saying something, right?
It's sadly me too. Like, I've got like 7,000 subs, and my average views are like 2,300, and his average views are like under 1,000 now.
Yeah.
Like a few months ago, he used to get like 2,000 views a video, but now it's just fallen off completely.
It's like,
but he
used to have like 2,000, which is already shit, because he's got like 200, 300K, and he can only convince like 1,000 or whatever to tune into one of his videos, which is embarrassing. That's like an incredibly low,
it's very low
or something like that. At least with one of my videos, the lowest like a video of mine will be like 500, and the lowest a podcast will get is 1,000. But I've got 4,000 subs, not like 300K.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he gets a lot of views from like old tutorials that keep on racking up views, because tutorials kind of like they don't expire to time. So, but even so, right? He used to have 1.2 million views a month, which I would say is only just enough to live off. But now, if you look at Social Blade, it says he has 750,000 views a month. So just over a year, it's almost halved in that space of time. So it's not great. The channel's not doing fantastic. I'm going to be honest. You should
Yeah.
probably be looking into some other avenues at this point, or switching up his content, because maybe this podcast is exactly what he needs to get his relevance back up. To be fully honest,
yeah, exactly. I mean,
we're helping him out over here. But yeah, I sent him a. I don't know if I sent him did I send him an email? Because when they copyright strike you, they have to put it in an email. So I'm pretty sure I sent him an email, and I maybe added him on Twitter. Yeah, I think I added him on Twitter, and I sent him an email, and I said something like, "Would you consider removing the strike? It was fair use. I just want to make content. I'm not here to try and send hate or try and ruin your career." I mean, it was a fairly tame video. Have you seen it? Because I think I sent you the link, but
I did not. I skimmed through it for a few seconds, but I did not watch it. But I mean, I know your video style, so I know you're not.
Yeah, even back then, it was fairly tame. There was a few insults in there, just saying that no one cared because he went on for ages and ages and ages and ages. He never got to the point, so I said no one cares.
Like when I do these podcasts or something, like I'm sure you've heard me go off or whatever. It's mostly in good fun, but let's just say I'm a little more expressive. You're, more collected and, information driven. You might throw a few little jokes in there, but it's just banter.
Yeah, exactly. It's nothing overly offensive. Even one of my videos, that's especially tame. The Just Destiny video, for example, it was a lot more than that. So that was a fairly tame video. I said at the end, if you're a company or a YouTuber looking to hire Alex, don't. By the looks of things, he doesn't know how to properly make his content, and just looking at how little effort he puts into his own videos, how do you think he's going to edit your videos? He wasn't happy with that comment at all.
Like, that's the bit that... Because you're basically, taking a shot, his entire job or something. You're like, look... You can't even do your own shit straight. Like, how is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a valid point, though, isn't it? It's a fairly valid point. And
instead of taking the video and just being like, okay, let me see how I can improve. Maybe get a little better at my own craft before I teach other people how to do it. He just wants to resort to, let me just, scare you with, the law or whatever, try to take your video down.
Yeah, exactly.
And just
I have I have the Imgur link for you, which you can show on screen if you want.
Oh, yes.
Which is all the DMs and the emails and everything.
Let me tell you something. These DMs are fucking great. These are...
They are the best. God. I still laugh at these emails at the end every now and again, because it's so ridiculous. But these are possibly the best DMs I've ever received in my life, to be fully honest.
Well, let's take a... Wait, best DMs? So nobody's sending John Swan nudes? I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's a hard second place compared to these ones.
Exactly.
All right, these are quite something.
So this guy, so did you you tweeted him at Twitter and he starts DMing you, right? Or did he DM you after the video?
No, so I made the video. He took it down with the copyright strike. I added him on Twitter and I sent him an email, and then he sent me this direct DM. So this is after. See, there's no context to this, but I think I said would you consider taking it down? I'm just a small channel. I'm not looking to spread hate or anything. I think I said something along those lines, but and then he just comes back with this big wall of text. For the record, it mentions here about sub-botting and stuff. I never mentioned that in the video. Someone in the comments was like, oh, he has 200,000 subs but only 2,000 views a video, he might be sub-botting. And I said, well, it's not out of the question. That's what I said in the comments, by the way, not in the video. And then he started to come at me for this comment that I made in the comments. Yeah, he went off in these DMs. Hi, I filed the copyright takedown because you used multiple videos without permission, but that is not even the worst.
Yeah.
You completely broke down everything I do and tried to send a tidal wave of hate onto my channel. My video had 450 views.
I'm starting
with
to see
from a
what we're dealing with
1.3k sub channel. I don't see how on earth that is going to impact you at all, but apparently, I'm trying to send a tidal wave of hate somehow.
I'm starting to see what we're dealing with here. This is the age-old tale of one of these guys who starts his own little YouTube channel, his own little brand, and suddenly he starts taking it super seriously, and any little shot at his craft is taken personally. Like, how dare you, little YouTuber with 1,000 subs, criticize me? You will feel my wrath. A lot of these guys, a big part about YouTube when they join it is, throughout their life, they want to be seen as like important and respected by their peers, and it just doesn't happen, right? And when they start a YouTube channel, they get a little traction or something. What happens is they get that little like dopamine rush they never got, that they wanted so bad that never happened. YouTube is their opportunity to get that. So now they got their own little channel with 100,000 subs. You got your little verification, and YouTube has this ability to turn you into something that you could not be in real life. So then you start taking it uber seriously to the points where any little guy who takes a little crack at your work, like, these people will just sit there and just try to abuse any little power they got. That's what's going on here.
Yeah, so, it's pretty sad, but there's a lot more to this. He goes on to talk about his.
Let me go ahead and
1.5.
Just read this DM here, because
you can go ahead and do it.
Yeah. I want to give this a good old read here. So this is Alex Halford. Again, 300k subs. He's a
now 300k. He had about 200k at the time, but now he's about nearly 300k now.
Says, hi, I filed a copyright takedown because you used multiple videos without permission, but that is not even the worst. Which, by the way, you don't need permission to use a video.
You don't need permission. Exactly.
You completely broke down everything I do and tried to send a tidal wave of hate onto my channel. Now, the fact that a 200,000 sub channel is getting a tidal wave of hate from a 1,000 sub channel, it really speaks, in reflection to this guy. Like, oh, wait, you're a much bigger channel, and this little channel is able to cause this much of a shitstorm. I don't think you actually did, but the way he words it, it does not sound good from his own point of view, because, wait, you're telling me you got this giant channel and some little video comes out against you, and now all of a sudden you got this tidal wave of hate? Maybe you should, shouldn't you have, like, a far greater fan base to defend you, if you're such a much bigger YouTuber? I don't know. Anyway.
He does seem a bit threatened, doesn't he? It's very, very weird.
Yeah.
That for this one video from this 1,000 sub channel would be enough to take his whole business down, completely ruin him for life, completely cancel him off the platform. That's what I was here to do, obviously. You could tell.
Yeah. So he writes, if my tutorials were that bad, nobody would subscribe. And I would not have almost 1.5 million views each month. I'd rather have 50,000 views each video instead of 2,000, but that is how it is. He's like, I'd rather be much bigger, but I just can't. My channel's dead, It's almost sad. He's like, he's crying for help here. He's like, I'd much rather be in a better position, but it's just not working out. It's like, fucking, I don't know. Maybe you should get good. Listen to Bunda King. Get fucking good. If my subscribers were not real, YouTube would have disqualified me for the silver play button, but I still got it because everything that I do is real. You crossed the line. Telling companies not to hire me while I've been editing for companies and big YouTubers for months now. Never for a split second have I thought about buying views or subscribers because I don't need to. Well, I don't know. You're sitting here complaining about that low viewership, but you're saying you don't need to buy views. Well, which one is it? I make a video living off YouTube every month. And I even live in my own house right now.
Oh my god.
This guy's like,
damn.
Is that supposed to be?
Damn.
I'm living in my own house right now.
You gotta live at a mommy's house, dude.
Jesus.
Holy
Christ.
Shit.
What is he trying to?
Dude,
good for him.
I just want to mention this. I want to mention this. I'm actually living in my own house right now. I know. It's
oh my
great.
god.
I know.
This is Donko all over again. I make a living off YouTube every month, not to mention the hate comments towards me in your video. You went too far in saying you were
no hate comments.
Yeah.
There's no hate comments. Wait, can I look at the comments? I can actually look at the comments. Wait, let's look through here. Oh, Internet Online commented on this a year ago. There he is.
Oh, there you go.
You deserve a lot more subs. There are no hate comments.
You mean there wasn't a tidal wave of anti-Semitic comments in his section there? That never happened.
No, not quite. Not this time. That comes next week. There's no hate comments. The only one that I can see that's any hate is this one. Just Alex Halford is literally just a leafy editor. Literally, that's all. That's all I can find. That's at any point.
And just that
even
one
negative.
little thing just bruises his entire ego. It's all over from there. The world suddenly got to end. I got to, start threatening kids on the internet who make videos about me.
Fantastic. Gotta love it. Oh, yeah, there's just one comment from one of his fans over here. Yeah, you're right. He can't edit very well, but to make such a video like you are still in kindergarten. By the way, you are not a good editor.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Fuck,
just got no you'd. What the hell? I'm sure you took that one real personally.
Career over.
Yeah. Did you DM the
What
guy?
did I say? I said, no, I didn't even, nothing.
No, you didn't slide into his DMs and talk about how much money you're making, but then complain about your views, but then threaten him legally. You didn't do any of that.
Not quite. No. That I haven't quite reached that stage of ego yet. I reckon when I reach 100K, I might do something like that. But at the moment, I'm just kind of laying it back, trying to collect my thoughts for the next time that happens to me. Because I'm big YouTuber, big ego. Love to anything negative about me, I like to silence, and my brand looks perfect in the eyes of anyone that might see it. Even though it's definitely not perfect, but I want to make it look that way. Because it'll have more chance of me working with bigger names to increase my profits.
Everyone knows every 1K subs is one extra IQ point, okay?
Yeah, this is true.
So
Bobax is on -80 right now, but he'll be
oh my
soon,
God.
dude.
I love how this DM
Maybe I'll be a normal functioning human being.
Dude, Boblox thinks when he hits 100K and he has that plaque hanging on the wall next to that drawing he drew when he was like 3 years old, he's going to be the complete slayer of the century, dude. He's just going to be like a complete Chad, a changed man when he gets that 100K.
Yeah, dude.
Like, yeah, I'm Boblox. I got a big old plaque, yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm verified. I'm going to go in like the DMs of all these small YouTubers and be like, hey, dude, listen to me, bitch.
Oh my God.
I'm big shit.
I love how this DM ends, by the way. He says, not to mention the hate comments toward me on your video, you went too far in saying your 16-year-old kid will not remove the strike. You don't know who you're dealing with. I have YouTube, my partner manager, my MCN, my accountant, and lawyer behind me, so you can try whatever you want. Bring it. Jesus. I love how
he says accountant as well. How is the accountant going to help him at all? Just like, sorry, man. Your profits are looking a bit low right now. Oh, this guy made a video on you. He's probably making more money than you, to be honest. But
I love how
what's he saying?
I have YouTube. Like, I have the entire YouTube website on my side. Like, YouTube knows me personally.
I got the entire corporation on my side. Susan has been to my house.
Yeah.
I'll just call up little Susan.
To my new house that I just bought.
To my new house.
Oh my God. And then you wrote, I fully understand if you don't want to remove the strike. That's ultimately up to you. However, I would like you to reconsider. As I said, I'll remove the video from my account if you wish. Honestly, I wouldn't even said that, dude. Dude, anytime. I posted this last time on my Twitter, right? Because I've been hearing some things that I'm not going to say specifically. Nothing that happened to me, of course. But I've been hearing, there's some big YouTubers or whatever. And they'll find these commentary videos made on them. From channels, that are not like big channels, but they're also not like, little, small comment, like a few hundred, not a few 100,000, but at least like 10, 20,000, whatever. They'll hit up these channels and they'll be like, hey, you got to remove that video. Dude, I said right now, or I said last night on my Twitter, just as clarification, if any of these YouTubers ever come at me and tell me to remove a stream or remove a video, I will leak their DMs, all right? Like, I'm not playing this game, Like, I'm not going to... I do not owe you anything, and how dare you even think about to do that to the first place? Like, maybe you see a video from somebody and you're like, you'd wish it wasn't there, but if it's not revealing private information, it's just a commentary, how dare you even think to go into some little YouTuber's DMs and tell them what to do, because there's a power dynamic at play there, you know? Because you got all these subs swinging them around, you know, using it as a weapon. You know, that puts the smaller guy, like, not every smaller YouTuber is, you know, as stubborn as I am, all right? Like, I will straight up be like, listen, I will leak your DMs and make you look like a clown. But not everybody's like that. People will be like, oh, you know, they'll feel like pressured into it because, you know, they got this bigger guy. They, you know, their channel's, you know, not really big or something, and they're not used to this type of attention or whatever. So, you know, they might cave in and do it because they feel obligated to do so. It's a manipulation tactic, and it's disgusting.
Of course. And I think, you know, over the past few months or so, I've grown a lot more confidence in this sort of field. But, you know, back then I had like less than 100 followers on Twitter. I was a nobody, basically. 1,300 subs. What on earth am I going to do? I have no one behind me. I have myself and myself only. So, you know, 16 years old, just like, what the hell am I going to do? So I didn't even know about like the way that I should do a proper retraction. I knew about what fair use was, but I didn't know about the retraction stuff. But that comes later. That's after this. You've got next lot of text from him, next wall of text from Mr. Alex himself.
Oh my god!
Great god, walls of text from big YouTubers to small YouTubers. You know they're fucking freaking out when that shit happens, dude.
I don't know why he was ever so mad at me, because I don't know what sort of impact my video would have at all on his career.
I'll tell you. Like
after a while, it would just get buried, and you would never see it again. I don't understand, but whatever.
They'll tell you why. And this is what all of these people, in my opinion, you know, honest opinion, what these people lack is a friend, an IRL friend that's there to humble them and bring them down and tell them, hey, you ain't shit, all right? Like, all my friends IRL, you know, they're happy to see, like, what I do or whatever, but, like, if I start going on and being like, yeah, I'm kind of a big deal, whatever, they will tell me, they'll be like, you ain't shit, all right? And, you know, it's half a joke, but also half like a, you know, a sense, you know, a reality check where you realize, look, you're a human being at the end of the day. Just because you got your little check mark and your little, you know, little brand of whatever you call it, does not mean that you suddenly have like this big weight, like you're Mr. Big Dick E-Celeb Hollywood type. Like you ain't shit. All right, you're a YouTuber, you know. Like you don't become like Big Chad over here being like, you know, telling everyone else what to do. No, that's not how it works. But these guys don't have that. They grew up on YouTube. That's the problem here. It's sad.
Yeah, for sure.
Some are capable to change. I mean, look, we got Destiny in the chat area. Memalji even said this, you know, Destiny, you know, he had no idea what he was doing. You know, he thought that's what you're supposed to do, you know, when people make videos on you. And he learned and he changed. And
he did, like, and I respect him. I respect him for that.
Immensely, yeah. Look, I say, you know, sometimes when it comes to certain people, I say some pretty, you know, off-the-wall things or whatever. But I will recognize, you know, some change and some genuine attempts to correct situations. You know, everybody's, you know, on the A game, you know, 100% of the time, especially myself. So, listen, if you can listen to some advice and you can take it, I respect that. But these people, they just have no sense of reality. They have no, like, sense of, like, okay, this is what you do in this type of situation, and this is what you don't do. They just literally like think with their dick, like in a certain way. Like they just like think like, oh, you know, somebody made a video on me, I must, you know, destroy them or something. And it's just like, no, that's dumb. But anyway, let's enough psychoanalysis here. Let's continue. He writes, well, it's too late. If a company has seen your video and they were planning to hire me, but they did not because of you, you damaged my company with thousands of dollars. Jesus. The odds of a company viewing your 400 view video, thinking they were going to hire this guy, and then not hiring this guy due to your video is so low, it shouldn't even begin to factor in to the, you know, potential damage to his brand. But even more than that, get good. If a company realizes, hey, this guy's editing is really not that well, maybe we'll hire somebody else. Well, then you need to work on your craft, fine tune your talent there. You know. You're not going to win life acting like a little bitch, all right? You got to, like, if something's not working out, you got to change. Like, that's just how this happens. It's every business, not just YouTube, it's not just online. But if something's not working out, like, people are, picking the other guy over you, well, then you need to be better than the other guy. You can't sit there and just complain and whine your way through the system. That's not how life happens.
Yeah. My argument throughout all of this was, if I have the ability to hurt you that much that you would go throw all your efforts behind trying to silence me, maybe it's not my video that is the problem. Maybe it's your content that is the problem. Maybe your content's crap, and maybe that, well, this guy is actually making some valid points, and if people see this, they might agree with those valid points. Because obviously my video had valid points, otherwise he wouldn't have rallied up against me and trying to take me down. But
yeah, it struck a nerve.
It obviously did, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely hit something that he was not prepared to handle. I'm not gonna lie, all right? Starting off, especially when this show kind of started to take off, there would be some people that would say some things that would really, get on my nerves or something. Especially like, my first time getting like actual like negative comments, like not just people saying stuff that's stupid, but like actual like negative feedback. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've gotten triggered as fuck before. And recently, from, comments or just from things that people say. Like, I get angry all the time, all right? But you gotta reel it back for a minute and just be like, okay, is this worth getting mad over? And second off, is complaining about it really the most effective way? This is dumb. Let's just forget about it, move on, Like, I'm not gonna lie. But, this guy is just incapable of this. Anyway, let's continue. You can try to remove the strike by deleting the video, but that is not going to help. After 3 months, this strike will expire. So in the meantime, you can actually think about what you said and how it affected anyone.
What the hell? This fucking moral, authority. Or
yeah, I like
think about what you said. Go in time out.
It's terrible.
Okay. This guy's like your dad is like, yeah, sit in your room and think about what you've done. No. What? How about no? That is funny.
Yeah, that's not how the copyright system works. You don't strike people to give them time out. I'm pretty sure that's not how it works.
He grounded you. You can't post for 3 months. Or what's the penalty? What was the penalty? No, you can stream for 3 months, but you're not a streamer, so that doesn't really matter. When you do get striked on your channel, I think it suppresses your videos. Is that true?
I don't know.
That's not proven, but it's a theory.
Okay. Well, either way, it's not fun to have a strike because that's 2 more and you're out. So it doesn't put you in a very good position. We are already at the bottom of this. You made a video talking total crap about what I do. Use my videos without permission. Try to get as much hate as possible onto my channel. I know you have to deal with the consequences. This guy is like, he's talking like a fucking shooter. Like, Jesus, chill, dude. Like, it's just YouTube. It's just a video. It's not that big of a deal. The strike will not be removed as you went too far. And then John Swan wrote, but the video was fair use, wasn't it? And then he wrote back, no, it was not fair use. If it was, YouTube would have let your video up. Yeah, because the YouTube system works all
YouTube
the time.
knows what fair use is, even though we have videos from YouTube employees that straight up say, YouTube does not determine fair use or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, always trust YouTube, guys. 100%, all the time. I see Destiny in the chat says, by the way, my Onision video got taken down by Onision. I'm currently waiting for it to get restored. Wonder when YouTube is going to handle them. Well, you see, Destiny, because YouTube put a claim, or because Onision put a claim on your video and YouTube allowed him to do this, that means that you did something wrong, all right? YouTube, obviously, human beings at YouTube recognize that Onision is allowed to do this and that you were harassing him, so... That's just
not entirely though, because it has to do with safe harbor. Once again, fair use. All of this has to do with U.S. law in the fact that YouTube is signed up as an organization that has exemptions to apply by normal copyright law because they're an online platform. Safe harbor states that they are not responsible for any unlicensed content that are uploaded by their users. If they were responsible, then they'd have to, have to pay damages and all the rest of this crap. So that's their protection to make sure that they, don't get bankrupt from all the copyright disputes. Basically, it says they can't get involved. So that's purely between the claimant and the person who's made the video. So basically, YouTube can't get involved if you, as a creator or any company or organization or individual, feel that your rights have been infringed. You have the right to make a copyright claim or a copyright strike. And YouTube can't step in that. They can't say, oh, well, we think that this video is actually fair use. Or they can't. Even though they might think that, they're not allowed to, because that's how US law works. So someone like Onision, who I don't think should have a content ID system, he has content ID. So he, a few years ago, I think they were going to test content ID with the biggest YouTubers. He might have fallen into that category. But, he has content ID to automatically scan through all the videos that contain his content and automatically claim them. So he has access to that. I don't think he should have access to that, but he, under US law, he's, allowed to make these claims because that's just how it works, unfortunately.
Yeah. The music channels are absolute cancer because they can get away with so much shit.
Yeah, it depends.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's not good.
Anyway, let's continue on here. It was the decision of YouTube to make the strike valid. John Swan writes, but it was claimed and comment, isn't that fair use? But it was criticism and comments, isn't that fair use? Here, Alex writes, no, completely slandering someone is not criticism. That's not true.
My feelings were hurt, so it's not fair use.
Even if you did slander him, slander is still like a form of criticism, right? Like, that's not even...
Well, I suppose it is, yeah. You can't take down a video... You can't take down a video for a copyright strike if it's slander. That would come under a defamation claim. You have to make a defamation claim. So you can't do that. So technically, you wouldn't have been able to take it down this way if that's what you believed.
Well, he really got ass mad about that. If you're a company, don't hire this guy. I think that's what really came down to it.
I think that's what it really came down to as well. Yeah. He didn't like that.
Yeah. And in a way, I get the mentality because you're going after like his job, like his brand or whatever. But hey, you reap what you sow, right? You make shitty work,
Your brand is shit. What do you expect me to say?
Yeah, it's everybody overcomplicates. All drama really is, and all like these internet stories we cover is just people overcomplicating the fuck out of everything. And I'm glad they do it because it gives me content, right, and entertainment. But if you I don't want to be like because I've never really had much controversy to deal with in the first place. But I feel like if I was in these guys' shoes, like I could steer this ship in a way that could minimize the most amount of damage possible. But these guys are just I don't know what it is. Are these guys idiots? Are these guys just thinking with their dicks? Or is the ego too strong to make rational decisions in these situations? Like why do these guys always get themselves into these situations? Make better work, all right? If companies are not hiring you, maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know.
I mean, when you get triggered, you tend to act irrationally, and that happens a lot with YouTube and the drama community, and that manifests in different ways for different people. Sometimes it's ranting in small YouTubers' DMs. Sometimes it's like filing false strikes or doing whatever.
I only get triggered for like maybe like an hour, and then I like make a decision on what I want to do. Yeah,
but some people act before they like sit down and let the triggering
that's true
overcome. Yeah.
I feel like I don't think I could get triggered so much to where I'd be like threatening people, but yeah. I don't know. Anyway, YouTube. Let's see. What is that? Okay.
In the next team actually made a mistake. I meant to say you should watch H3H3's video, and they said the claim was valid, but I messed up there. But it doesn't really matter.
Okay, and he says if a claim is valid, the video gets taken down. If it was really fair use, your video would stay up. That's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Oh, you're already running from the conversation. John Swan says, but that wasn't my point. YouTube doesn't play police. Are you aware that of the H3H3 lawsuit? And then
no response.
Uh-oh.
Nothing. Now the next lot of DMs, you need a bit of context here. I knew about this guy for a while. Just under a month after all this happened, I was just thinking to myself, I really don't want this copyright strike because I know it's not valid. I know that it's put on there for the wrong reasons. I know that my video was fair use, so I want to fight this to the very end, even if I'm not making money, because it's my content, and he shouldn't have the right to claim my content as his own. That's basically what he's saying. He's basically saying that this is my content by placing that strike on my video. And I'm like, no, this is my content. I should have the rights to my own content. So I knew about this guy for a while, Chadwell Clay. He makes crap content now, but he used to make, he used to YouTube parodies of people.
I thought that face looked familiar. Okay.
Yeah. He makes crap content now, but he used to make a whole lot of YouTube parodies and stuff, and he used to collaborate with some people I knew. But he is actually an expert in YouTube copyright. He has done over 120 at the time. It's probably much more now. He did over 120 claims. Won all of them, and won over 12 DMCA strikes. So he's quite good at what he does. He's one of the. I think he won like the most on YouTube. I think that was like the record. So I hit him up, and I was just like, well, I told him about the whole situation. I sent him a re-upload of the video. I'm like, is this fair use or not? What's going on? And then he sent me this. It's basically what I've been saying right now is that. YouTube can't, take action on these things. And he said filing a DMCA because he believes the video is slanderous is illegal. He's supposed to submit a defamation complaint. He's putting himself at risk because filing a false DMCA could have major consequences. And then he talked about a case where that happened, Online Policy Group versus Diebold Incorporated, where they were fined $125,000 because they took down a video that they considered to be slander or defamation under the copyright system. It wasn't on YouTube; it was on a different platform. But same thing applies. Fair use applies everywhere. So, then he talks about the case study, H3H3 versus Matt Hoss, same sort of thing. And then after this, I sort of collected myself for a few days. And then you would scroll down to the long wall of the white text down the bottom, and that is the full copyright retraction.
Oh, what is this?
So
this is what you wrote to Alex Halford, and you wrote all this up yourself, or what is this?
Yeah, this is all myself.
Damn. So you just like fucked him straight in the ass. You sent him this. You really flexed all your law knowledge right here, and you wrote up all of this. Fair use dealing with Australia, false DMCA takedown request, legal action. Jesus. Okay, so you basically explained like how you were like 100% in the right in a way that cannot be argued. You sent this to him. And what was his reaction to all of this?
Well, he probably sucked my dick or something.
I'm going to be honest. He was probably shitting himself a lot. Because when you see this, in your inbox, right? YouTube would send you the email, and they'd be like, "This creator, John Swan, has requested a copyright retraction." And then you just see this. Actually, no, I sent him the link to this because what happened is YouTube only allows you to put a certain number of characters in there. So I said, my video qualifies as fair use under this thing, full retraction. And then I sent him just the link. And then I was just like, haha. Because I really wanted to include all of this, So I decided, well, I'm going to make him shit himself a little bit and write all this. And then afterwards...
That's when he suddenly finds himself back in them DMs. Suddenly he's not so quiet anymore,
Yeah, suddenly he's not quiet. Suddenly he doesn't want to ghost me anymore. Suddenly he's somewhat nice to me, actually. It's very funny.
He says, hey, John, are you there? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is hilarious. Hey, John, you back?
Hey, John. So about that retraction.
Yeah. So you say hi, Alex.
This should have been like early morning for him as well. He got this when he woke up.
Uh-oh.
And then he DM'd me.
Whoops. Kind of fucked up a little. I found yourselves in this situation. Now, this was dated May 6th. You sent this to him.
I sent this to him, I think, May 5th? I think it was May 5th. Or May 3rd. I don't know. I think it's the day after. It wasn't a long gap.
All right. So that was exactly a month from the prior conversation that we read. So,
yeah, pretty much a month. Yeah.
Okay. So he says, hey, John, are you there? You say, hi, Alex. Yes, I am. And then he writes, great. He's so happy to see you. Yeah.
He's so happy now.
He says, great. I would love to undo that claim under one condition. one condition. And you say, what would that be? He says, to not make any more videos about me, nor talking about the whole situation. Whoa, John, you're breaking that condition a year later. What the fuck, dude?
But you see, the way I worded this next bit's very, very interesting.
Oh, okay.
I worded this very specifically.
I'm in my perfect right to do so, but I see no need why I would need to. I just have one question for you. He says, right, I think we should just move on, you know? What's your question?
Right, that's the funniest DM to me. Right, I just think we should move on, you know?
Damn. So
we're friends now?
He's straight up headed for the hills after this. And he follows you on Twitter now, right?
Yeah, well, he followed me back then, I think, just to DM me, but yeah.
Okay, well, maybe...
He still follows me.
Maybe not after now.
Yeah, I don't care. He can try and come for me. I don't mind. You know, he can try whatever he wants. I'm not breaking anything. I'm not doing anything.
This, Chad John Swan right here. Like, I never took you as the fighter type. You know.
I don't care. He can. What's he gonna do to me?
No fucks
he gets
anymore.
He gets like 900 views a video. If he makes an exposed video, so they're gonna what's gonna happen?
Oh, I need to see this guy try to pull up a live stream. See how many he can pull. We got like 160 tonight.
Oh, I think he tried to do like a charity, like not a charity stream. I say charity stream, but it was like donating to the Just Alex Halford charity. He's trying to fund his own equipment with the stream donation. I remember hopping in there. I think there were like 10 people watching, and the goal was like 10%. That was back then, though. I think he got his microphone now, but you know, I think it was not going too well. From what I recall.
Why does he need a crowdfund for a microphone?
Well, that's what happens when you buy expensive stuff that you're never going to use or utilize.
That you never criticize me again. This guy sounds like a parody of himself, LMAO.
Thank you, Lana. Thank you. Speaking of which, I'm glad you're here. We need to get in them DMs and talk about building the Red Fox Comms website, but that's for later. I appreciate the donation right now. So that's where he leaves off. So he says, yeah, I think we should move on from now, which is funny, right? So he did a charity stream on his channel. He pulls 10 viewers.
Not many. It might not have been 10, but it was not. I remember looking at it and thinking, wow, that is a putrid number. I can probably pull more than that.
Yeah.
That's what I saw, yeah.
That's my favorite thing, right?
Some great DMs here from Alex, Augie.
Oh my god!
You're missing out on the DMs, bro.
You know, I think I've had these playing up for an hour. I've just been fucking shit talking. Let's go back into this. When I clip this for Red Fox Comms, which is where all the clips are going now, I'll cut these into 2 segments into one. But anyway, let's just hop right back into it. So, back into the cesspit of DMs here. So he's ready to kind of, after he gets like that whopper of a fucking email that just completely BTFOs his argument. Now he's ready to, you know, to call it quits. You know, maybe ceasefire, whatever. He says, right, I think we should move on now. What's your question? And John asks, did you submit the takedown because you thought I used your content without permission, or did you submit it because you couldn't take criticism? Damn, Swan, you going straight for the heart here. You didn't even let my man breathe. He's just ready to move on, and you're just like, no, you don't get away that quickly. You gotta say your ass right
I want to get to the bottom of this, my friend.
Get fired. Get some shots fired. You said, I submitted the claim because you downloaded and used multiple videos of mine without permission. That is what I also stated in the claim. John says, but you didn't check to see whether my use was fair or not. And he says, well, it would not make sense to me because you can use anyone's content and actually infringe rights and then say it is fair use to kind of get away with it. You know what it means. So he's really just trying to like...
He's bullshitting like to the max right now.
You caught him. You pinned him down. And he's got nowhere else to run. And you're not letting him get away. You're gonna see what you can get out of this guy. Let him squirm for a minute. Because how dare this guy who's sitting here with 200K tell you what to do and cripple your channel with a strike? No, you're gonna make him fucking suffer for a minute here. You know? So
this is it.
John writes, I've been studying fair use for the past 2 years of my life. Because you studied fair use at 14?
Yeah.
Jesus. I used to...
Late 14, yeah.
When I was...
This was on my birthday, by the way, these DMs. Best birthday present ever.
Taking them to Bloodsports for your birthday there. You know, when I was younger, like I've always been a bit of a nerd when I was younger. Around middle school or something, like me and my buddies were like, because we were all a bunch of nerds or whatever, so we were really getting into like Rubik's Cubes and stuff like that. Like I got a Rubik's Cube for my birthday one year or something, and then I was like, this is cool, and I found out that they make all kinds of variations, and it was just kind of fun for me to like figure out how to solve or whatever. And I had a buddy of mine from school who was also kind of into it. There is a whole world of different Rubik's Cube companies. Now bear with me here, this is a real thing, all right? There is a whole world of Rubik's Cube companies, and they will look at each other's like the blueprints of like how like the designs are of these cubes, because these companies will like try to innovate and make new designs to make the cubes like faster and less of a hassle to play with. It's like this weird like thing, but these companies will like steal each other's like blueprints and make like knockoff versions and make their own money. And when we were getting into this, we were actually like really obsessed with like the copyright drama, because there was actual drama. There's like a whole like subset. I don't even know if it exists nowadays, but there was a whole subset of YouTubers who would make like little documentaries about whether or not this company infringed about this other company's rights or whatever, and if they copied the physical design or like the plastic or something. It was just strange.
Yeah.
So, but we were like, 13, 14 or something when we were getting into this, so I don't know. It's just kind of funny to look back on. We were just sitting here, we would like, show up at class or something, we'd just be like, bring our cubes or something, we'd talk about, oh, you got the knockoff one, you supporting these, fake Chinese, rip-offs or something. It would be like this whole thing. Like every normal person would be like talking about like sports or whatever. We were talking about, Rubik's Cubes and stuff like that, because we were nerds, What are you gonna do about it?
Exactly.
But,
I feel that.
oh man, it just brings me back to the days of innocence. The days of innocence. That was my first YouTube channel, actually. I've never, I might have shown it before, but I'm not gonna show it now. Maybe later, but that's right. What's going on, Mark After Dark? Been a minute since I've seen you in the chat. What's up, man? What's up?
Hey, what's up?
All right, your Canadian brethren, Bo Blacks.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm sure you guys are really celebrating all this World War III talk. Okay, let's continue on here. I have been studying fair use for the past 2 years of my life because law is an area where I have lost a lot of interest. Criticism and comment is most definitely fair use, but I agree we should move on. And then he says, exactly. Give me a minute to correct the claim. No problem at all. Of course, you can say in your next video saying that it's cool between us and all issues have been resolved if you would like to. This guy is such a Weasley worm. He's like, yeah, tell everybody we're
I never
cool.
did that. I never did
I'm
that.
so glad you did it. It's like, yeah, tell everybody that we're homies now, we're friends or something. I'm guarantee this guy never wrote you back again. Or maybe he did. I don't know. You got more DMs, so maybe I'm just...
Oh, I do.
Oh, boy. We got a little spoiler.
There's a bit going on here.
I will do that. Thank you. Can you check if...
Can you check the claims is removed? And yeah, it's removed. The next bit of DMs aren't really topical. This is the next email. This email here. You can click on it to expand it if you want.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. This is quite the email. This is an email I got from his YouTube network. So his YouTube network, Age Network. I've gotten rid of the last name and the email because I don't want to dox him. But this is the email I got from his YouTube network. It's from his manager apparently. So you can have a read.
Dear Mr. Swan, my name
Mr. Swan.
My name is Lawrence, and I'm the manager of Alexander Halford from the YouTube channel Just Alex Halford. I'm emailing you regarding a video you made about Alex. We've analyzed your video, and it includes a link, and as a YouTube multi-channel network, we believe in fair use content. Unfortunately, your video has been considered as defamation. You are violating Alex, and you can be legally charged for your action. We would like you to take down the video or change your communication in the video. What does that mean, change your communication?
I don't know. Just don't criticize him at all. Say he's the great guy.
How do you
great editor. Good editor.
Said in a video. Like the YouTube editor, you can't change the words that you've already said. I don't know. Is he saying you can re-upload the video but not be mean to him?
Yeah, probably.
We believe in fair use content, but unfortunately your video has been considered defamation. That has nothing to do with fair use. We believe in fair use, but it's not fair use because you slandered.
Yeah, I don't know what he's trying to say there.
Retardation.
There's some great emails going on here.
MCNs are retarded. All MCNs are retarded.
Oh, this one's especially retarded, believe me.
If you do not proceed these actions, we are forced to take legal matters. We hope you understand our demands, and we'll resolve the situation as soon as possible. Kind regards, go fuck yourself, Lawrence. That's what it really should
something
say.
Like that. Pretty much. After this is a little DM from Alex. He
writes you again, next day. So he removed the claim, and it was removed.
I got this email.
And then you get this email, so it's back again. All right, so he says, Hi, John. If you receive an email from my manager, please ignore it. I told him everything has been sorted out. You say, I just received it. Was about to reply. Thanks for letting me know. He says, no problem.
And there's actually a gap there.
Yeah, 3 hours.
I don't know if this next bit's really this video. This is really pertinent. Is it really pertinent? Well, he's asked me to private it. Oh yeah, there's the email.
This is strange, right? So let's just break this down for a minute, just so I can. If you're just tuning in right now, let's just break this down. So John makes a video critical of this editor. Editor strikes the video. A month passes. John writes a massive letter full of legal citations that prove John was fair use. The editor's suddenly he's not so cocky anymore. Now he's ready to kind of, get rid of the claim and move on. Then his MCN writes and says, no, actually, we are claiming the video. And then this guy's like, oh, ignore that letter from the MCN. I've already told them, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like, okay, false alarm. And now he's saying, okay, can you delete the video or private the video? So just so I have this all clear. So this is just a roller coaster of just bullshit. Jesus Christ. Nick says John should make it public. Yeah, do a little, throw it up maybe on your second channel or something, a little throwback there.
I'll do something. I think I'm going to make a whole video talking. Ooh. Because, at first it was just content, right? At first I just criticized content. But now, I can criticize him as a person for being an absolute asshole. So there's a lot more to criticize him about now.
I was worried tonight, as I am every night before the show, that, I hope we have enough content, to carry us, Now I'm starting to think, like...
we have more than enough.
We hit 2-hour mark. I'm thinking about going over, doing a little longer, just because
There is a lot here.
If that's fine with you, Swan,
Of course, I've got the time.
Yeah, because I'm curious. I want to see what happens here. And, might serve as a little bit of promo to John Swan's channel if he's making a video on this. By the way, that is youtube.com/JohnSwanYT.
It is. John Swan YT everywhere.
There you go. Anyway, he said, or rather, okay, so he says, hey, John, would you mind to private the video you made about me? You say, hi, Alex, video privated as per your request. However, I would love to know specifically what statements in the video are considered by your network to be defaming. I said as much to your manager. Let me know. He says, thank you. It was the idea of my manager to call it defaming, so I'm not quite sure. But I told him everything is sorted out. So at this point, it seems like, okay, he's being a little wonky or whatever, but if everything gets sorted out, then whatever, just bullshit, whatever. So we have an email here. So this is your response to Lawrence, I assume?
It is.
You say, hi, Lawrence. Thanks for your email. As per the Twitter message below, Alex has asked me to ignore the contents of the email. Now this is I assume this is his old profile picture.
Yeah, it's his old one.
He says, hi, John. If you're receiving an email from a manager, please ignore it, blah, blah, blah. However, out of curiosity, I would still like to know what statements Age Network found defaming. As I'm sure you're aware, defamation is defined as a false statement of fact that exposes a person to hatred, ridicule, or contempt, causes him to be shunned, or injures him in his business or trade. I take days and days to write each video, and a part of that is verifying all my facts to make sure that everything I say is correct/not false. If possible, I would like to know specifically what statements were considered defaming by Age. Kind regards, Swan. And
then there's some more DMs here. This next bit, it's not really too important. You can probably skip this if you want to save some time, because this is not really... Mm-hmm. I mentioned these same things in the emails to his manager, so it'd just be pretty much a repeat of what I said. Oh yeah, he's talking about the do not hire stuff. He didn't like that. For example, it means the do not hire stuff, which is not critique anymore, but trying to affect my reputation. Even though it is definitely critique, if it affects your reputation as a result, that's not, you can't claim defamation from that. It's only if I make false statements. If I make a true statement and it affects your reputation, then you can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna keep scrolling, and you tell me.
Yeah, it's not really. You can go down to the emails because the emails are really where the stuff happens.
Oh boy.
There's that one up there though. Alex, I went easy on you. That bit's good.
Oh,
I want to just expose him straight here because there's a lot to go on here.
Big question says people with the name Alex backstabbing. Haha. I thought of that one, but it was too easy, you know. But yeah, funny. Alex, this is John Swan writing. Alex, I went easy on you. I could have said many more things, like that you've used a torrented copy of Sony. Damn, you really went for it. Oh,
yeah. I found it in one of his old videos. I saw the little I don't know if you've seen torrented Vegas before, but it says like it's like licensed to, and then it would have like a random like torrenting company or something.
Vegas up until a few months, so yeah.
Yeah, so you would know how it looks like when you launch it with that screen. Yeah. And it was that screen. I saw the screen. I was like, that's a torrented copy of Vegas. He's used Vegas. The torrented copy of the
professional, all corporate or whatever, but he's pirating. He's got
torrented Vegas.
He can't afford his own mic. He's got to crowdfund that to his audience. He can't afford editing software when he teaches you how to fucking edit. What the fuck?
It's funny because he's like,
this guy is a hack.
It's funny because like Magix, which is who owns Vegas now, they give him a free copy of each new software to try it out. If only they knew that, you know, he in his old videos he used a torrented copy, maybe they wouldn't be so receptive to giving him these free copies.
He used the torrented copy up until he got the free one.
You're a fucking editing teacher, and you're using pirated software. And you want to be like, I'm Mr.
It was a while back, to be fair, but he still used it, and those videos are up on his channel still, so...
Wow.
You know, not great.
That is fucking... this gets better and better. Holy shit. So you say, use a torrented copy of Sony Vegas in the past. That's just one of the many things I did not say, because I thought it would have been damaged your reputation too much. You and your network have made me very mad, threatening me with legal action and taking down my fair use video with a copyright strike was not the way to resolve this. When I tried to resolve it with you privately, you talked down to me, threatened me, and gave me false information about the process of copyright takedowns. Only after I issued my retraction with the help of Chad Wildclay with cold, hard proof that my video was fair use did you start being nice to me. I want this to be put behind us as well. But you still cannot take criticism. The very fact that you have so much fear about one person making a video about you implies that you don't have faith in your own content. This is very sad. If you decide to make a video on me, I would have fired back with valid points because I have faith in the content I produce. In fact, I don't really know what you would make a video about because I take time in my content, making sure that each detail is perfect. You have fear, which means that you know your content, or at least some of your content, is of low quality. You knew that your content has integrity. If you knew that your content had integrity, then there would not be any videos made about you because there would not have been anything to make videos on. Oh, you went straight. That's like a fucking Trump tweet right there. Oh my god. Just fire that off. What is his response? People in chat are laughing and I haven't even read it yet. I started with being nice to you because I just don't want to any further and leave this behind us.
I think he means go any further. I think he typo, but yeah.
We made our point. Yo, he's freaking out. He just can't even spell
properly.
Even
his DMs are low quality,
He's fucking typing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. He can't even write complete sentences. We made our points, and I don't want you to be mad at all. Just be cool. We have it over with. There's no reason to be mad. He's like a simp that like is writing at an e-girl and she stops replying. He's like 3 minutes later he starts threatening again, you know, hoping that she'll respond. There's no reason to be mad. The claim is gone. We both learned out of this, so it's all good now. Please, just you have them groveling at your feet now. The title, the tides have turned now. So, you know, it starts off, you know, a big YouTuber abusing their power to manipulate smaller YouTuber to do his bidding. And now all of a sudden, a month later, the tides have turned. On your birthday, you're sitting there celebrating, you know, having a good time, presumably with friends and family. You've got this guy groveling at your feet. Now suddenly, he's the guy who's in the position to be begging over here. This is beautiful.
Dude. If you told him you were mad initially, he'd be like, "Yeah, fuck off, dude. I'm mad about your fucking defamation."
Exactly.
Now he's like, "Oh, please don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad."
Holy shit.
I love it.
Oh my god, you wrote back. I am mad. I suspect I will be mad for some time. I appreciate you removing the claim, but I don't appreciate you or your network's attitude. Your network threatening legal action against me when they legally can't is a valid reason to be mad about. It's not all good now because my video is still down. I spent hours and hours, days and days on it, like I do with my other videos. All of my videos are labors of love. As long as it's still down, I'll continue to be mad about it. Your network doesn't even know what defamation is. They are implying things that don't even fall in the ballpark of what defamation is. As long as they continue to use false definitions of legal terms and basically saying that I will never be successful with the type of content I produce, I will continue to be mad about it. The major thing I am mad about is threatening a 16-year-old with legal action. Not cool. Honestly, really not cool. I love this too, because you're a 16-year-old talking down to him. Because he comes at this pretending to be like your dad. Like, maybe you'll sit there and think about it for 3 months while your channel is striked. Now you're the 16-year-old and you're talking down to him. You're like, no, motherfucker. I'm the one who will be talking down to you. You will listen to me. And this is great.
Very true.
This is beautiful. Hey, all your...
You can probably skip the next few messages and go down to the emails, because that's really... Wait, scroll down slowly so I can kind of see.
Yeah.
Because I don't think these are quite pertinent. I think... No, that's all... No, that's useless crap. Not useful. Oh, yeah. And then I just said, cool, I'll be waiting in anticipation for the manager's email.
You put an emoji in there.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Oh, if I'm gonna do this, I want to be as patronizing as possible. Come on.
Oh,
if you get the opportunity to do this, then...
So this
is the response to my response. So this is the second email I got from this guy.
This is amazing.
I think there's a bit of a gap in the DMs there. I think one of them was supposed to come before these, but anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Hey, I don't know how many people we have here, but hit like if you're enjoying this podcast so far, and subscribe to John Swan. This is funny as fuck. Let's continue on here. So this is the Lawrence, the guy from the MCN. He says, "Hi, John. That is great. Good to hear. Your videos are false because you made a fact out of your opinion and not giving your opinion." What? What the fuck? Wait, what?
Nice way to say that.
You made a fact out of your opinion and not giving your opinion. Okay, then.
Wait, what? Wait, he made a fact based on his opinion, but then he didn't give his opinion. But how could he make that fact out of his opinion if he did not give the...
I think he means, like, I asserted things. Like, I said, you are not a good editor, company shouldn't hire you, and I should have made an opinion out of it instead of it being a fact. But I mean, the very way I worded everything means that it was an opinion. Anyway, it's kind of what they were trying to say, I suppose, but I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all. But
yeah, Lawrence is retarded.
Obviously. Oh, you haven't even seen half of it, my friend.
Oh, God.
If you would say in each sentence or titles, "My opinion is ... then you're doing no one harm, because you giving an opinion." I'm hearing my echo, by the way, blah blah.
But how?
Yeah, you want to like just turn my input down or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, he writes, in your case, you're making a fact that he is not a good editor. You're making a fact that he is not a good editor. That is the definition of an opinion. If you think he's not a good editor, you cannot factually prove that somebody is a bad editor, right? Because if they have horrible edits that are inconsistent, you could have one guy who's just like, "Well, I kind of like that it's inconsistent and kind of shitty." Like, to me, that looks good. This is like toddler speak right here. Jesus,
it's terrible. English is obviously not his first language. This network is from the Netherlands, so I can kind of understand the barrier there. But either way, they don't know at all what they're talking about.
I'm not
completely utter bullshit.
Much room to speak here, in fairness, when it comes to English, but that makes the difference. Hope to inform you enough. Regards. So
then you're missing one out there.
There we go.
I pulled the 180 on him with this one. This is like yeah. I made him step on their toes a little bit. No.
Lawrence from Arabia. No, Lawrence says, or rather, John Swan says, "Hi, Lawrence. Let me get this straight. If I edit all of my statements in the video and the title to say 'in my opinion,' then we don't have a problem in this instance. Let me know."
So it's like I can redo the entire video. I can say "in my opinion" on everything, and then we would have no issue, surely, because that's just what you said.
That's just
if I edit all my statements to say "in my opinion." I'm trying to like get him on his toes a bit, because what he's trying to, I know that this is complete and utter bullcrap, but I'm trying to sort of tippy toe around it.
It's like, all right, well, let me apply your logic, against you, and just kind of see like what can I get away with in your like fucked up like perception of what fair use and what slandering, what defamation is.
Fuck! I digger retro up the good work.
Thank you, Mo Diggity. I appreciate that. Yeah, I like my retro tunes. This is, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, of course. It's ridiculous on its own to say that you have to say in your opinion, because any reasonable person can discern what you're saying as fact and what you're saying as opinion. If you're saying he's a bad editor, that's obviously an opinion, because that's the definition of what an opinion is. This is not like something we have to define.
Yeah, it's completely not. It's ludicrous, isn't it? It's terrible. This network doesn't even know what defamation is. How on earth can they? Anyway, it doesn't matter.
And this is an MCN.
This is a great email.
This is somebody you hire to do all your dirty, legal work, for your channel. So
they don't even know what's going on. It's so funny.
These people are all frauds. Like the guy who's doing that video editing tutorials, he's a fraud. This guy's a fraud. Like, what is wrong with all these people? This is just an entire rat's nest. So he says, in your case,
Europeans, man.
Yeah. Well, I always take flack from all the British kids that follow me. Not all Brits, not all Europeans or whatever. But look, I will take any minute to dunk on them because I can, because got that American pride. So he says, in your case, you're still harming his reputation, which also is a part of defamation. So we still need to take legal actions. But you do want to make this kind of content that you have... Wait, but do you want to make this kind of content that you have to demean a YouTuber? It's not really content that makes you interesting for companies to collaborate with. Just think of that before you make another video like that again. What a cocksucker.
I hate that argument. I've had YouTubers...
Yeah, I do. You know why? You know why? Because I get 160 people that show up and enjoy the show. It's funny. It's entertaining. And you're not even supposed to give your opinion into this. You're the legal guy. Why are you sitting here lecturing me on what content I'm supposed to make? This is not even, this is outside of the realm of what you're supposed to be saying. Like, you're not like my dad who's telling me like, yeah, I should stop making videos like this. You're the legal guy. You're the MCN guy. You don't get to have a stake in my content and what I should produce. Do you really think you should make content that demeans people?
Wait.
Yes.
And are there people in his MCN that make content like John Swan's? Like, because if they are, maybe you should,
if there's
tell
any
them
people,
to stop, dude.
Yeah, if there's any people that make content like John Swan's part of this MCN, I'd recommend you leave if you're legally allowed to. I guarantee.
I recommend you leave any MCN, to be honest. But...
Oh yeah, I've seen MCNs that you help some people out, but
X.
What was I gonna say? I brain froze. I had a brain freeze.
Some MCNs are good.
No, what I was gonna say was, some MCNs can, kind of, the contracts are really snaky. They'll keep you in there for way longer than you might intend to if you don't read that fine print. So I wonder if this MCN is like that. But anyway, so he gives you a little lecture there, and
Oh God! Looks like there's quite a lecture back.
Oh boy! He's awoken the beast here. John Swan
Don't fight John Swan on copyright, dude.
Yeah, this is not a battle you want to go.
Dude, this is John Swan's origin story, dude. This is how he became a copyright guru, dude.
This is
pretty much. After all of this, I just went how and all the copyright research. This reignited my passion for copyright. Great.
I'm so glad that you're telling this story now, because you had 100 subs, 100 followers. When you first did this, now people get to see what you're doing behind the scenes. This is great. So John Swan writes, let me repeat the definition of defamation. A false statement of fact that exposes a person to hatred, ridicule, or contempt, causes him to be shunned, or injures him in business or trade. I made no false statements. Any reasonable person could see that the video was my opinion and should be taken as such. I think your network's definition of defamation is a little skewed. You said just a few emails ago, if you would say in each sentence or titles, my opinion is ... then you're doing no one harm. Why doesn't this apply in this case? I would also appreciate if you check the age of the person and the country of the person you're writing an email to before you start talking about legal action. As explained to Alex before, I live and am a citizen of Australia, which has very strong laws about defamation, by the way. And to file legal action against me, not only will your network have to hire an Australian solicitor, you will have to file a lawsuit in Australian courts. You also have to file a lawsuit against a minor, myself, which you cannot do. In Australia, most states in the US, the UK, and most countries in the EU, it is impossible to sue a person under the 18 years of age. Many YouTubers have made a living off of criticizing individuals, namely H3H3, iDubbbz, many from the commentary community such as I'm Alex, Kavos, and more, and former Viners such as Drew Gooden, Danny Gonzalez, and Cody Ko. These individuals have all gotten countless brand deals with brands such as Squarespace and Dollar Shave Club. And I'm also not looking to collaborate with brands at the moment. I literally have less than 1,300 subs. It's not my top priority. I'd like to interrupt this program by saying, have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends, the hit new mobile game that has like graphics? And hey, Kodog, you're RSC.
Dude, we should actually try and get a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor, dude.
I should. Yeah.
Just for the meme and the money. Mostly the money, but also the meme. I love
this, though, because, you're sitting here, they're basically trying to, not just are they trying to, sneak you out of copyright, They're trying to sit here and tell you, you're not allowed to make this type of content. They're also sitting here trying to tell you what you're doing is harmful. Think about your future, John. Schools aren't going to want to allow you if they see this type of content. Brand deals aren't going to want to have you. And you're like, bullshit. This is entertainment. At the end of the day, content that demeans people, that's every joke. Every joke comes at the expense of somebody else. You do comedy, you do entertainment, somebody's getting demeaned or something is getting made fun of. That does not mean that, you're ruining your reputation or your brand or your image. It's just a false, they're saying this to kind of scare a 16-year-old. This company that's writing to John is a scam. The guy running this channel, most likely a scam. All these people run a rat's nest, a scam, and I guarantee they tripped up plenty of people. This was the first time they ever had to deal with somebody who knew a single thing about, the law and about how the shit actually works. And they didn't expect, I got a 16-year-old kid on the internet. We can do it, whatever he wants to this kid.
Exactly.
Pressure him. They were not ready for this. They're probably still doing stuff like this to this day. But every now and again, they run into somebody like John Swan, and they have no idea what to do. They will try to back you into a corner. They will run through they've got a whole book of what to say under every scenario, but they were not prepared for this at all.
Because they just expect people to cower down and not accept their... you'll see, it's my email now for twice here. So there's... There's 2 more emails from me because he didn't respond to me after that one.
Suddenly... He's the guy who's silent now,
Yeah.
Interesting. So you throw the book at him, and what is he going to do? Well, the only option left is, shut it down! Get the hell out of here! Oh my god, this is great. So you wrote back again. It has been over 2 weeks now with no response from you about your incorrect legal terminology. Please kindly respond to my previous email or have your legal team respond with their reasons. The question I'm asking are not hard. What is your definition of defamation? Most countries of the world, and even YouTube themselves, define defamation as any untrue statement that is harmful to someone's reputation or causes someone to be shunned or avoided. Excuse me. And number 2, what statements in particular were considered defamation? I'm certain that I made no false statements in the video, so which statements in particular were considered defamation by age? If we follow the official YouTube form for defamation complaint, it says, please identify the exact statement in the video or metadata that you are, that you allege are defamatory. Assertions such as the whole video are invalid. Hey, YouTubers, aspiring content creators in the chat, alright? You ever run into bullshit like this, watch this stream and pay attention to how this is done. Alright? You could learn a thing or two from this. I could. I might have to deal with this. I don't know. But this is great. I would love to hear you from. I'd love to hear from you or Age's legal team in the near future regarding these questions. And he sent a third email. Hi, Lawrence. It's been over a month since my original email. No response from you or anyone else at Age. Failure to respond within the next 14 days as a result of my video about Alex being set on public again. I'm looking forward to a response from either yourself or Age's legal team.
And you'll notice the timing there, right? 8:40 p.m., 10:20 p.m.
Uh-oh. So he's back up and running.
So he probably saw the previous emails within 3 hours.
This started April 6th. We're now in June 12th. Jesus Christ.
This is the best email.
Hi, John. You really are a pusher. Oh, my God.
I can't get over it. So good.
You really are a pusher. Consider this a friendly
They're a pusher for this false copyright claim, so...
Jesus.
You get some pushback and you're like, whoa, dude, you're a bit of a pusher.
Yeah, you're really pushing it, buddy. Yeah. What a very formal email right here. Consider this a friendly way to ask not to publish a mocking video about a creator of ours. If you want, we can handle it different. Of course, the choice is yours. The choice is yours, and yours to choose. Welcome to...
God.
What was that show? Oh, my God. I love that show. It was... I'm thinking of something completely different. I'm about to boomer reference my way through this. It was that game show in the 90s that they... Legends of the Hidden Temple. It would start like, the choice is yours, and yours alone. That's what I'm thinking about. Anyway, references aside. John Swan. You're right back. Thank you for responding. Before we read this, so you have to hit him with 2 times, and then he never responds again. Yes, Tagos gets in the chat. You get it. Oh my God, I love that somebody got that. The choices are yours and yours alone. I love that you got that reference. Oh my God, I love that.
He could have just copied what you just said previously in all caps.
I want to believe that he got that reference so bad. Let me have
I think he did too, but I just want to...
that show. Oh my God. Oh man. If we ever need content one day, or maybe I'll just fire up a D live stream and just watch episodes of that, because some of them are on YouTube. I love that show. Anyway, Legend of the Hidden Temple. A fantastic game show back in the day. John Swan writes, Hi, Lawrence. Thank you for responding. Above, you used the word mocking and asked me to not to publish a mocking video about a creator of ours. I fully understand your concern with keeping your creator's image intact. I'm all for that. However, I also hope that you understand I am in my perfect right to make any sort of video about any of your creators as long as I make no false statements. I'm not saying that I will. I am probably never going to do that again, given the insufferable backlash from Age. However, despite all this, I still don't understand your complete aversion to answering my questions about defamation. I will repeat them again. What is your definition of defamation? Most countries in the world, even YouTube themselves, define defamation as any untrue statement that is harmful to someone else's reputation or causes someone to be shunned or avoided. Even a Dutch law firm has an article about this which states criticizing people is allowed even if the criticism is quite harsh. This falls under the freedom of speech, which is legally enshrined in the European Convention or Human Rights, ECHR, and the Dutch Constitution. This freedom is not limited. Statements are not allowed to be unlawful. Defamatory unlawful statement is defined on the same website as the communication of a false statement that harms the honor and reputation of someone else. The word false is key here. In a quote from lawzoom.com, you generally can't sue if the statement in question is true, no matter how unpleasant the statement or the results of its publication. Number 2, what statements in particular were considered defamation? I'm certain that I made no false statements in the video, so which statements in particular were considered defamation by Age? Since you claimed that Age analyzed the video, this should not be difficult information to obtain. If we follow the official YouTube form for a defamation complaint, it says please identify the exact statement in the video or metadata that you allege or defamatory assertions such as the whole video are invalid. I hope to hear from you soon regarding this information. You pin them down on a wall, try to get something out of them, and they cannot point it out. They say defamation this, slander this, they throw all these scary terms, but when you pinpoint them down, they can't do shit. They cannot give you a simple answer. It doesn't work.
Absolutely not.
Renders absolute silence, as we see here. We're at the end of the Imgur. Hi, Lawrence. It's been over 6 weeks. No response from you. Failure to respond to my emails will not make the issue go away. Do you have a work or personal phone number I can contact you on for us to settle this once and for all? Let me know. John, did you ever get a personal phone number or email?
I did not. I got no other response from him. In fact, I thought about like on Christmas Day. You know, I was sitting around. I thought, what about Lawrence? I actually read up a draft. I didn't send it in the end. I was just like, hi Lawrence. It's been over 5 months now with no response from you. I bet you didn't think it would end like this, did it? All these months sitting here, not able to resolve the issue.
Oh my god.
How are you doing? How's the family? How are the kids?
Oh my, that is beautiful.
So not to send that one, but you know,
well,
it was
well
that was the that's the. It's very funny because like a few months after that, I went back to him and I said, "Well, mate, you haven't actually changed. Your videos are still crap." And I sent him a whole lot of evidence, like, "Well, your videos are still crap. Come on, mate, step up your game." And he said, "I will step up my game. I'm busy stepping it up right now. I'm making plans to make big videos and big things." That never happened. He never did that. Still really like badly edited content, all the rest of it. And then a few months later, he has the nerve to come back into my DMs and say, "Well, this guy, there's been a guy. He pissed him off. Obviously, Alex pissed this guy off." And he says, "Well, this guy has purchased the domain name justalexhalford.com and is redirecting all traffic from justalexhalford.com to his own YouTube channel. And I want to try and take this guy down. So you know a lot about law. How about you help me out with this domain name issue?" Like, what kind of nerve do you have to go into someone's the person you submitted a copyright strike on and say, "Well, can you just help me out with the issue with my domain name?" And then he just makes a whole lot of clueless stuff like, "Oh wow, I'm going to contact YouTube about this. YouTube can help me." Like, no, they can't, mate. They can't help you at all. Terrible. Anyway, that's kind of the end of the story. It is quite the story, but
yeah, I'll say. When I clip this, I might title it something like, you know, like how to deal with copyright bullshit. You know, maybe make up a better title than what I'm coming up with on this.
Is it going to be like a 2-hour clip?
Something like that. Hey, this guy wants to make like tutorials or something. I'll make a fucking hour-long tutorial. That's just a clip of this stream. How to deal with these asshole YouTubers who think they can scare you with this copyright. You know, that's your criticism is slander and it's not protected speech, so we can do whatever we want. No, they can't. And don't let any of these big guys, whether they try to swing copyright or just pure manipulation, never let these guys tell you what to do. All right? They better give you a damn good reason to remove the video. And I'm talking a reason that's better than, well, your video has been encouraging people to, you know, send hate to my channel. Then no, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. They got to give you a damn good reason. Otherwise, do not bend these people's will. I'm saying it. I said on Twitter, and I'll say it here. You tell me. You try to swing your little check mark or whatever you got at me and tell me, delete that stream, bro. Or, hey, listen, we're friends. You know, you can delete that video. I really don't want that to be up there. I will leak your DMs. And I'll do that for a specific reason. Because I will do that personally because I'm a petty fuck. But more importantly, I will do it because I want other people to know, hey, all right, this guy might come in your DMs and he might try to, you know, peer pressure you and tell you what to do or something. Don't let him. All right? Don't. Stand up to these guys. These assholes who think they can, you know, get away with, you know, abusing their power to silence, you know, criticism. Because that's all it comes down to. A video existing about you on the internet does not present a present threat, or should not present a present threat to your life. If somebody makes a video about me, and I would rather it not exist, you know, you can ignore it, you can tweet it out and be like, this video was shit, you know, maybe get some of your own fans to stir it up or whatever. There's so many things you can do that doesn't come down to, let's just silence this guy's speech, let's just, you know, try to shut this down, because that's coward move, that's bitch move. Bitch behavior, that is, and it will not go unnoticed, especially as this channel, you know, goes off, you know, maybe expands, gets a little bigger. I'm not going to point a blind eye at cases like this. I will out your ass. I want to thank John Swan for coming on tonight and kind of showing us his story of bigger YouTubers trying to abuse the system and, scare you with big terms and copyright and legal action. I want to thank John for coming on, showing us all these DMs and stuff, and kind of staying with us tonight as we, unravel this epic tale. There we go. Yep. Anyway,
yeah, it's been good coming on. It's good to. I've been sitting on this story for a while, and I thought, I'm not gonna just sit on this forever. Obviously, it's a good story. Some good stuff in there to help other people, and I reckon it's a good effort to bring light to this sort of thing, because it can't just be me that this has happened to, right? It's a lot of people that have gone through the same thing as me, but they don't maybe have the knowledge or the courage to stand up for it and sort of make right what's been going on. So it's good, I think, to make light of these sort of things.
Yeah, I've been in similar situations myself. I definitely wasn't as diligent as you in refuting the copyright, although I was pretty diligent, I think. But if I had seen this stream or this situation with you, I probably would have handled it probably a bit better. I mean, it ended up turning out fine, but yeah, it would have helped a lot. So hopefully it helps people out in the future who have to deal with this, because it keeps happening even to this day, unfortunately. How you see the copyright system is.
I'm lucky I've never had to deal with this or anything. Like, all these issues that YouTubers talk about that they've had to deal with, this bullshit copyright, termination, all kinds of stuff. I am a complete YouTube virgin. I've never had to deal with that. But I do want to point out, like, a lot of, creators, I can learn from this. A lot of, you guys in the chat, if you've never had to deal with this, take from the stream and, kind of use it to defend yourself. We will defend ourselves. Stay back! Copyright abusers. Nick says, I did this 3 weeks ago, got my video back. Exactly, and it works. They want to swing the book at you, swing it back. But correctly.
Yeah. You know what I always say? People always back down. They see this legal notice, video's been striked or video's been claimed. You want to appeal it or whatever. And it's YouTube likes to scare you with this. They say, oh well, if you do this, you're starting a legal process, and they might sue you or something. Well, that's not going to happen at all, because of if your video is truly fair use, it won't happen. But people sort of cower down. Sometimes they appeal once, and it gets rejected, which always happens. And then they sort of just back down. They say, okay, well, maybe I'll not appeal the second time. Always appeal the second time. Always follow through, because the end result of all of this is that they have to sue you to keep the video down. They might strike you, but you can appeal the strike, and that strike, the way to keep that video down is they have to sue you. And that won't happen if your video is fair use. No company or no individual will sue you if your video is fair use, especially not in the US, because they have that H3H3 versus Matt Hoss lawsuit that's integral to precedents and things about copyright. So, I just you always follow through with copyright disputes. Make sure you know what you're talking about, but always follow through. You cannot back down just because it looks a little bit scary, because nothing's going to happen at the end of the day, and you deserve to own your content. Basically, what these people are doing when they're claiming is, I claim this content is mine. You shouldn't allow them to claim your content. Have integrity in your own content. Understand that your content is yours to own, no one else's to own. You should have the rights to your own content, whether you're making money or not. That's my opinion, at least.
Now, later last year, I should say, I dealt with a strike on my Red Fox Comms channel. It was not. I couldn't use the fair use thing though, because basically what happened was a streamer who previously let you clip whatever you wanted. I clipped his stream in a way that wasn't favorable. It wasn't like I was doing him a favor. Let's just put it that way. I clipped it to point out a moment where we could laugh at him. Now I assumed, because he's perfectly fine with, or at least I thought he was, that it would be fine, but he decided at that moment, actually, I do care about my, my fair use, or rather, I do care about my copyright, so I will strike you. If I wanted to fight that, I think it would be a much harder battle for me. I don't think I can really win on that one. So that's unfortunate, but, in a case where it's not a clip, it's like full-on commentary, full-on criticism. Again, listen to Swan. Don't let these guys fucking bend you over and fuck you in the ass. Stand up for yourself. But yeah, anyway. All right, guys, listen. We've been on here for 2 hours, 17 minutes. Oh, that felt good. I like this stream. I don't know if this was for everybody. You know, it's kind of getting a little nitty-gritty into, like, the law and stuff. Me, personally, I really enjoyed, like, sitting here and having this conversation, talking about this. It was fun for me, so I appreciate that. If you guys liked it, hit the like button. It really helps us out in an algorithm. Yeah, boy. I got a bunch of videos coming out on this channel. I did 3 videos this week and stuff. I got videos coming this weekend. Of course, I'll be clipping this stuff on youtube.com/redfoxcoms and my Patreon, patreon.com/augurc, where me and Ben will be launching our exclusive weekly podcast. It'll be about 30 minutes long. Not trending topic related. It'll be whatever we want. Matter of fact, I think we're going to be recording our first session tonight. It will be airing on noon at my Patreon, patreon.com/augurc, and then 4 days later on Thursday at noon, it'll come out for free on YouTube on my backup, RFC Media, if you want to watch for free on YouTube. But listen, 2020 is the year, not just big things, but expansion, you know, kind of getting into new things and stuff like that, while also perfecting the old craft. You know, obviously After Hours ain't going anywhere. The videos ain't going anywhere. I'm actually really enjoying getting into the groove. I felt so productive this week, and that's not a feeling I felt much in certain moments of 2019. So I've been really enjoying kind of hitting it hard and looking forward to what's to come. You know, it's tough work now, and you know, I make a video and it might only get 300 views the first day, but in my head I have visions of what's to come if I stick to it. So I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. I'm here for the long
Hell
run.
yeah.
Me grinding this shit out all the way. Oh yeah, we're gonna grind this shit all the way out until VidCon. That's when I plan to take my next break. So it's gonna be a minute. John Swan, you're gonna be at VidCon, right?
Yeah. That's the plan. That's the plan.
Cannot
wait.
wait.
If you get any DMs from Alex, mate, just drop those, leak those real quick. You know, I think it's in the best interest for anyone that you drop the DMs. If you do get any, that is, we'll have to see. If I get any, I'm dropping them. I don't care. If he tries to pressure me into, why did you talk about this again? We had an agreement not to talk about it.
Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I thought you were talking about I'm Alex. Wait, aren't you?
I thought so too. Because VidCon and I'm Alex
are
just synonymous with each other.
Is there more?
Yeah.
No, I know John Swan. You're cool with Alex, though, right? Like that. I will.
Yeah. Oh, which Alex? You know, I don't know which Alex you're talking about.
There's so many fucking shitty Alexes.
All these problematic Alexes, my friend, coming.
Yeah. No, I know you guys are, you know, cool or whatever. At least to my knowledge, so I'm not gonna, you know, make it like awkward. Or whatever.
I've never talked to him, so it doesn't impact me.
I thought you were talking about that, Alex. I was like, wait, what? Like, what is there a new saga? Oh my god, I need to get out of here. It's weekend time, boys. I'm ready to fucking chill. I'm ready to, you know, take it back a notch.